Alright, hello and welcome back to my channel. We are back with another quick review. This is going to be for the collaboration album between James Blake and Lil Yachty titled Bad Cameo. If you would ask me 10 years ago, who are two artists that you could see making an experimental album together? Like, not the most groundbreaking thing, but just who could you see making a collab album together? I would never in a million years have said James Blake and Lil Yachty. I mean, Lil Yachty, first of all, was hardly making music 10 years ago, but still. This album, though, I will say, for how unlikely it is, turned out way better than I thought it could have. I think, going into this, I think I, as well as a lot of other people, expected James Blake to just completely carry the whole project on his own and to do most of the heavy lifting. And while I will say that he definitely did do most of the heavy lifting and that he has, for the majority of the album, he does have the more, I don't want to say important parts, maybe the more interesting parts on the project. Lil Yachty did pretty well carrying his own and contributing a lot to the project. And I would have liked some more experimentation on this thing. I think based off of the trajectory that these two have been in their solo careers lately, this was surprisingly not as experimental as I was hoping it would be. You know, James Blake just went back to his roots and just did a sort of EDM techno experimental album on his last solo LP. And then Lil Yachty is still coming off of last year's, psychedelic rock album. What was the title of that? Let's Start Here. And so they're coming off of these like very experimental, very different sounds for their own styles, solo-wise, but then putting them together, this is kind of like, in a sense, what I would have expected the two of them to make a collab album. You know, I wasn't expecting like a trap album when you have the two of them. I mean, especially with James Blake, but this is kind of just what I could have guessed they were doing, and that kind of took a little bit of the wind out of my sails when listening to this. Not that this was bad in any sense of the word, but I think that, I don't know, could be having James Blake attached to this. It sets the expectations pretty high for a collab album, this being his first collab album that he's ever done. You know, all of his other albums are solo. So, yeah, either way, I still greatly enjoyed it. The production was fantastic. Of course, the vocals were amazing. Like I said, Lil Yachty actually does have some very good, when he isn't singing, his rapping performances are very good and are very interesting. There isn't anything, I don't know, personally that I took greatly out of this. Like, there was really no messaging behind this that I found, like, really super important. But that's not necessary in every album that you ever go into. But my top three tracks are going to be In Gray, Woo, and Missing Man. I think that this album is probably best enjoyed from front to back. So I will say that when going into this, don't expect to be taking a song here and a song there. I think that this is kind of one massive collection that is meant to be enjoyed in whole, and especially the way that the songs, it's not like the perfect transitions, but the way that they bleed into each other and just the tone across the whole thing. I would rate my enjoyment at about a 66% on this thing. So, yeah, that is all that I've got to say about this. Lil Yachty, James Blake, Bad Cameo. Unexpected collab album, but still greatly enjoyed it. Click like to see more. Subscribe to see more. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye now.